What do you think human life is? Even with relatives fighting desperately against illness, how could you say such awful things? I don't recognize you as family. I disown you."
My father-in-law's yelling echoed throughout the hospital, and the windows shook. At that moment, a doctor came running out of the ICU room where my sister was receiving intensive care.
"Families, could we please gather here?"
With eyes gleaming behind glasses, the doctor began to share unbelievable news. It turns out that my sister's cancer cells are disappearing rapidly and her symptoms are dramatically improving. It appears that the experimental new treatment being developed perfectly suited her condition. After a while, my sister regained consciousness. "Hillary, are you okay?" "Morgan, I think I'm okay now. My body doesn't hurt much anymore." With a firm tone, my sister showed a smile. Seeing Hillary like that, I couldn't hold back my overflowing tears.
"It's a wonderful result. I didn't expect it to be this effective. You could even call it a miracle."
The attending physician was genuinely amazed by the effectiveness of the new medication and my sister's resilience. I honestly did not expect her to recover so well either. I kept wondering how much longer she would last and what would happen if the worst-case scenario occurred. I kept thinking in a more and more negative direction.
"Hillary, I'm so glad. I couldn't sleep at night wondering what would happen for a while. You really worked hard. Once you're discharged, let's all celebrate together."
Both my mother and relatives were joyfully discussing it, truly happy about her recovery. And 6 months later, Hillary was safely discharged. I'm really relieved. I haven't felt alive every day for the past year. I felt truly saved by my sister's perseverance. I let out a sigh of relief from the bottom of my heart. Seeing that, Hillary smiled softly as if astonished. "You worry about others like it's your own problem, Morgan. I was worried about you worrying about me, you know. You were calling my name at my bedside all the time, you know. Well, what else could I do? My little sister, just barely past 20, ended up facing the brink of death. Well, that's the good thing about you, Morgan. It made me feel that you were nearby. It was reassuring. Thank you so much." I couldn't help but shed tears at Hillary's heartfelt words, and I hugged her tightly to hide them. But there was still something I had to do. "I need to talk to you for a moment." One day, sometime after my sister's discharge, I called my husband into the living room.
"What's up?"
I spread the documents out on the table with a thud.
"What? What is this?"
A sheet of paper with prominent green lines. It's a divorce paper, obviously. I don't want to be with a jerk like you. Hurry up and sign it here, I said firmly.
"Wait. Sure, we talked about the insurance money, but I didn't wish for the worst for Hillary. I've been disowned by my father and I have nowhere else to go. If we get divorced now, where will I go?"
My husband will have no choice but to beg me. I don't know anything about that. You knew how much I cared about my sister, didn't you? Despite that, it's not something a decent person would consider. Using her life insurance money to fund a house.
"That's why I said I was sorry. I swear I'll never think or speak of it again."
Emotional manipulation won't work on me. Whether it's between spouses or siblings, there are unforgivable actions. You've crossed that line that you shouldn't have crossed. I never want to see your face again. I got my husband's signature almost forcibly. And then my mother-in-law was banned from entering the house by her husband, and all the relatives were told to cut ties with her because of her actions. She's lost all her relatives, and we have no idea where she is or what she is doing. I subsequently divorced and received a hefty alimony payment from my ex-husband. The new drug administered to Hillary had not yet been approved by the government, and medical expenses were quite high, but the alimony covered the costs for now. If it gets approved, I'll get a retroactive refund. And then there's another happy event. is about Hillary's marriage. Her partner is the owner of a cafe they often visit, and they bonded over Hillary's dream of running a cafe, or so I've heard. I was happy for Hillary's happiness, as if it were my own. We overcame that dreadful illness, and, while it might seem ordinary, we achieved the greatest happiness. I ended up divorced, but I really don't mind at all. I need to develop a better eye for men, I reminded myself. Later on, my sister had a baby girl. I decided to take care of the child in place of my busy sister. The child looks a lot like my sister, and somewhat like me. I intend to cherish her like my own daughter. Honestly, if this peaceful life continues, I thought I wouldn't mind being single forever. We were both thrown by unexpected events, including sudden illnesses. But we've overcome those challenges and are living happily together. Every day, as I savor that happiness, I believe my sister and I can overcome any obstacle together. Thank goodness Hillary recovered from that terrible illness. And to think that Morgan's husband and mother-in-law was planning to use Hillary's insurance to fund their house? How selfish and crazy can they be? I'm glad that Morgan was firm and ultimately divorced her husband. Morgan's ex-husband and ex-mother-in-law got what they deserved. Thank you for watching until the end. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Please like the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.